Hey YouTube, I am just putting my thoughts on here for to do with the new Doctor Who announcement, the new casting. Those of you who don't know, who haven't heard, it is going to be the 11th Doctor will be Matt Smith, who I have never heard of, and I'm guessing most other people haven't. And when I watched the documentary, the first thing that sort of I thought was, oh my goodness, look how young he is. He's got a bit of a baby face there. And yeah, it was the sort of the first shock, and you're sort of watching, going, "Oh my goodness, is this going to work?" But I think the more I watched him, the more I sort of realised the mannerisms he had and all those sort of things. I think this really could work, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it works. I think the thing to take note of is that when selecting an actor to play the Doctor, that there's a lot of sort of people upset that they didn't get some of these other big names that were sort of thrown around in the pool. And I think the thing about having an unknown is that having someone who we don't know, or we haven't seen really doing a lot of work, is that we have no preconceived ideas. When you have an established actor, you choose them because of some of the things they do and the way they do it, and so you sort of have an expectation of how they would do the role. But with someone who is new, someone we don't know anything about, we have no preconceived ideas, and so we sort of, when they take on this role and they develop it, we sort of don't know what to expect, and that's some of the excitement of discovering who the new Doctor is, and I think that really will work in favour of him. See, when they announced that David Tennant would take over the role, here in New Zealand we hadn't heard of him, and we hadn't even seen Casanova at that stage, and so for us it was the same sort of situation of who was this guy and all that sort of thing. And when you don't have preconceived ideas about an actor, I think that it really works, and that you can sort of you go on that, like I said before, you go on that journey of discovering who the Doctor is going to be this time around. So yeah, and so I think it's going to be a very interesting choice. I think Matt obviously has some characteristics there that Stephen Moffat has picked up on, and that has he's obviously seen him doing some of that in the part of the role. So I really trust his judgment, and I guess it's going to be really interesting and very exciting. But yeah, I think I know a lot of people are upset that they didn't choose someone of different ethnicity or a different gender, but I think that can be a bit of a dangerous trap to fall into. Do you appoint an actor just for the sake of having change, or do you appoint an actor who clearly has the ability to do the role well? Yeah, I mean, we'll just see what happens, and you never know what the future holds. I mean, maybe next time round, but I think it's a shame to get upset about that, but as I say. I think Matt will be an interesting choice. I have no idea what he's like as an actor, really, and yeah, so it's going to be a great journey, and I think that the mystery element is definitely still there. It's still definitely Doctor Who, and we'll need to find out who that Doctor is going to be in 2010. So it's going to be an exciting time, and I look forward to seeing what happens with it and what Stephen Moffat does with it. It's going to be great.